The Trader Emergency Coalition's rapid transition from trading empire into a powerful, ad hoc military force created to face two very dangerous and very different threats gives a very distinctive shape to their fleet selection and overall combat doctrine. The battle tactics of the defense-focused TEC Enclave and the more aggressive, subversive TEC Primacy factions differ quite significantly, but with the exception of their mighty titans, they share access to the same set of warships. They also face the same set of enemies, some of which tend to outmatch the traders in terms of sheer technological prowess. The TEC have thus focused their own technological innovations to bolster their own relative strengths, and take advantage of the weaknesses in the ship rosters available to the Vasari and the Advent respectively. In this video, we're going to examine war-winning tactics for the TEC Enclave and Primacy factions, and how they can be applied in your own games. A capital ship's ultimate ability can be unlocked at level 6 after attaining a large amount of experience. This usually means throwing the ship into combat over and over, but there are other ways to gain experience. Grabbing derelict specialists in civilian research tier 1 not only speeds up the time a ship needs to capture a derelict, but dramatically increases the experience gained for doing so. Use this to rapidly power your first capital ship up to level 6 and put that fourth ability to use in your early wars. The Marza Dreadnought's Concussion Charge and the Dunov Battlecruiser's Magnetic Singularity stun or slow enemy ships in an area of effect. These powerful abilities are devastating when paired with a radiation bomb or other wide area effect weapon, as disabled or slowed ships are unable to escape its deadly effects. These two abilities also provide a way to slow enemy corvettes enough for them to be successfully targeted by slower tracking weapon systems and missiles, allowing their destruction in large numbers by ships that would otherwise struggle to hit them. With the Missile Guidance Computer Ship item, a Marza Dreadnought's missile barrage can unleash hell upon any enemy fleet unfortunate enough to get in its way, as each missile in every volley may target a new ship if its previous target is destroyed before it hits. The Missile Guidance Computer also increases missile weapon damage, and this combination can be devastating if timed correctly. The Hoshiko Robotics Cruiser's Recharger Droids synergizes nicely with any ship with antimatter activated abilities. The Kol Battleship and Dunov Battlecruiser are excellent targets for this, as they both possess 3 active combat abilities. Both the Kol's Experimental Beam and the Dunov's Energy Transfer abilities have a short cooldown timer, and benefits greatly from Recharger Droid's rapid antimatter replenishment. A fleet with many Hoshiko Robotics Cruisers and capital ships can repeatedly rain an insane amount of damage and special effects down upon any unwitting foe in this way. The Kol Battleship's Fusillade ability can be stacked with 2 powerful ship items, the Rapid Autoloader and Heavy Gauss Slugs. Now, Fusillade will spew an incredible amount of firepower at anything it targets, and those 2 Gauss cannons, firing much more rapidly, will chew through even the most well-shielded or armoured targets like a hot knife through butter. What's more, these shots cannot be targeted by point defense and track incredibly quickly, ensuring the Kol can rapidly bring this deadly firestorm to bear on fresh targets. The Akan Battlecruiser and the Ogrov Torpedo Cruiser may sound like an unlikely pairing, but with this trick, they're a match made in heaven. Target a vulnerable enemy with one of the Ogrov's 2 uses of its super heavy torpedo ability, and then activate the Akan's ultimate ability Armistice to prevent the enemy firing back. This allows the Ogrovs to reload and fire off their second burst salvo once Armistice runs out, catching the unwitting foe flat-footed and leaving them open to maximum punishment. The new Stilat missile corvette gives the TEC a deadly and rapid-moving tool for quickly eliminating vulnerable ships on the other side of a gravity well. Whether you're chasing down a crippled capital ship or threatening defenseless carrier cruisers your enemy thought were safe from harm, the Stilat is exceptional in its role. The mere presence of a swarm of these deadly corvettes may be enough to force your enemy to retreat the most vulnerable elements of a fleet. The Javalis LRM cruiser will strike fear into the hearts of your foes, and once they are detected in your fleets, your enemies are likely to field a substantial amount of point defense equipped ships to help counter this long-range menace. Before you reveal your hand, consider hiding your Javalis cruisers until they are really needed, keeping them out of sight from your enemies as best as possible. When a large fleet battle occurs, engage with your main force while bringing your Javalis in from the system they were hiding in. If you time this right, your enemy will have no counter for the Javalis' long-range missiles. Pair this with a phase jump inhibitor trap for devastating effect. The TEC Primacy's pillaged war chest technology can be leveraged to pull off some nifty tricks, especially when paired with other abilities. The Ragnarok Titan's ultimate ability Novolith Cannon hits an unfortunate target colony for a massive 5,000 points of damage. With Pillaged War Chest researched, this translates into as much as 5,000 credits. You could use this to pay for a complete pirate mercenary base ability use, or perhaps slap down a lump payment towards a critical endgame technology. Pillaged War Chest also stacks nicely with any minor factions attacks that bombard an enemy world. If this sounds fun, then consider building media conglomerate planet items to rapidly boost early influence points and reap a large credit reward for each raid you unleash upon your foes. While the TEC Enclave specialise in defensive offense, the TEC Primacy are no slouches either. Let's take a look at some defensive plays you can bring out to wear down an invader. By rushing to military tier 3, the TEC Enclave can stack the effect of the Home Guard Outpost planet item on an adjacent colony with the effect from the Home Guard homeworld item you begin the game with on your homeworld. The TEC Primacy can use the Center for Human Doctrine planet item at military tier 2 instead for a similar effect. Any fleets defending a colony adjacent to your homeworld and boosted in this way will be incredibly difficult to destroy as incoming damage is dramatically reduced. To make any such invasion attempt even more difficult, build a ship factory and ensure a Sova carrier with a mass production ability is present in the defending force too. The reduction in ship and orbital structure build time can be a lifesaver, ensuring destroyed defenders can be quickly replaced, bolstering your already formidable lines. If you're lucky enough to own a volcanic planet, stack the Sova's mass production bonus with the geothermal smelter planet item and an industrial complex too, for a truly monstrous ship production rate. For TEC Enclave players, this could also make a good home for a garrison fleet. Finally, if your enemy is looking to send what looks to be a game-ending fleet your way, you can set up a nasty trap with a Starbase and the Safety Override Protocol Starbase item. Deploy your Starbase on the edge of your small or medium-sized gravity well, but away from the direction that the enemy is likely to jump in at you from. Once you detect them jumping, rotate your orbital structures so that your Starbase will drift towards the incoming fleet. If you pull this off right, you can trigger the self-destruct effect and boom! One toasted enemy fleet, all for the price of one Starbase and one Safety Override Protocol. You could also try setting this trap right next to a phase jump inhibitor and work to destroy any enemy ships that can strike the Starbase from long range, forcing the trapped enemy to engage the Starbase at close range for much the same effect. The TEC have a large and varied arsenal of ships, items and abilities that can all be brought to bear on their foes in many exciting and creative ways. We encourage you to take these ideas and experiment with them, formulating your own terrifying tactics to swing the odds in your favour as you conquer the sector in the name of the Trader Emergency Coalition.